Hey guys, it's Mecky from Match by Mecky, and today we are going to talk about episode 6 of The Bachelorette. Charity went home to all the guys, there's 4 guys left, so she went home to their hometowns to find out more about them. And stay tuned so you can see what really went on. Stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town. Okay, so first she went to Houston, Texas with Aaron. She said that she had a strong connection with him at the beginning, but it kind of fell off a little bit, which I don't necessarily think they had a strong connection in the beginning, but I could see what she means by that. Like, he's kind of just been behind everyone else, which she actually does say. But yeah, basically they went to Houston, Texas. He said he hasn't brought anyone home to meet his family in 10 years, which I respect that, because with my kids, I don't want to meet all y'all. Like, I want to know who they are, whoever you're dating, but I don't want to actually meet them, because I feel like once people meet the parents, they feel like they're entitled, or they feel like they can just reach out to the parents. I don't need nobody coming out reaching to me, okay, unless you and my kid is serious. So I totally understand that. I feel like Charity, by her saying that they had a stronger connection in the beginning, but it kind of fell behind, I feel like that's because the connection you guys have is more of like a friend type vibe, and that is definitely what I get from that. He basically took her home, and the parents cooked. The food looked great. I think the mom cooked all the food. I said, hey, where's my invite? That food was definitely seasoned. But he introduced her to the mom, the dad, 2 brothers, and a sister-in-law. Um, the mom did ask Charity, what if Aaron proposes today? What would you say? And she was honest with her. Charity told her like she wouldn't be able to say yes now, which I totally respect her for being honest. But she did kind of pillow it a little bit by saying, there's still other guys here, and I just would want to be sure before I accept a proposal. So I think if the mom is really able to read between the lines, she probably knows he's not going to be chosen as the last guy. And hopefully I'm not wrong, because I still feel like y'all already know who I feel is the strongest connection for her. But yeah, basically the family seemed nice. They expressed to him how proud they are of him, which I think is so nice to hear from a parent, because really, no matter how old you are, when it comes to your parents, you still want to make them proud. So they were able to express to them, to him, how proud they are. And yeah, basically after the hometown or the family meeting, he took her to a football field. He got them some matching Letterman jackets, which were cute. It had their names on the back. And then he pulled out the boombox, like, I got another surprise. And it was that, what's her name? Elena girl. Whatever the Elena girl who performed for them on their first date, who did the little singing concert, he played that song for her. And they danced and they kissed. Oh my God, the kiss though. Look at this picture, y'all. I'm like, can she even breathe? His lips were completely over her lips. And it's just like, I don't know, kissing to me, I need to have a better understanding of why people are so into it, but whatever. But yeah, that was their date. Overall, I don't think it was anything bad at all. I just got more friendship vibes, but his family was super welcoming, so I can totally see her fitting in with them if she chooses to. Next up was the second hometown with Joey. They went to Pennsylvania. He took her to play tennis, and I was like, don't nobody feel like sweating and playing tennis before they meet your family, Joey? But I guess he's super into tennis. And then, of course, she has Glam Team and areas to freshen up. I'm sure they had it all figured out. This is just my initial thought, okay, y'all? His uncle showed up while he was teaching her tennis. His uncle showed up, and I was like, awkward. Like, it's not time. Like, who sent him in yet? It's not time for him. But it turns out that's his closest uncle, or someone he looks up to, someone who's like a mentor to him. And so after knowing all of that, then I was like, okay, I get it. Because if he's someone who knows him best, then it makes total sense for him to kind of crash their date or third wheel their date and just kind of get a better feel. But I knew he was getting a better feel to take it back and report back home. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's like, this is my nephew and I'm looking out for him and I'm not mad at it at all. So, Uncle Joe, I definitely understand you stepping in for Joey. The uncle did say that Charity seems like such a nice girl, but there was something off about um, the connection or how Joey was moving. So that was something that kind of stuck in my mind. And if you watch the episode, I'm sure it's stuck in your mind as well. Joey took Charity home and she met his mom, dad, re met the uncle, also two sisters and a brother in law. And they all just seemed really happy and nice. They had the wine. I feel like I saw a charcuterie board or vegetable platter or whatever, but it was nice. Like it was very cute. They all seemed pretty welcoming. Um, Again, this mom was worried about, she doesn't want his heart to be broken. The uncle did express to him his concerns, asking him if he's been showing up as his true, genuine self. And Joe said yes, or Joey said yes to Uncle Joe. And then Uncle Joe then proceeded to talk to Charity and ask her if she felt she really met the real Joey. Now, she don't know. She can only go by what she's seen him present to her. She doesn't have the years of history with Joey to know if this is really who he truly is. So you let me know. I will be telling if I'm Charity, I'm like, Uncle Joe, you let me know. Do I know the real? Like, but basically, Uncle Joe let her know, Joey kind of shows up like he's a pleaser. So he kind of will show up as who he thinks someone else wants him to be instead of being his true self. So that was a red flag to me because y'all know Joey is my second guy. Like he's in my top two. So I'm like, is he over here fooling us? Like I'm sure he's not a bad guy by any means, but I did want to know like, okay, well, who is he? Like, what's his real personality? He seems a little serious on the show, but still like not a stick in the mud or like super stiff. But it's just like, is he more goofy? Like, I will want to hear and actually see what his other character traits are. Who knows if he doesn't get chosen? Maybe he'll show up as his true self on Bachelor in Paradise, and then we will learn more about him then. But for now, I'm like, Uncle, let me know what we don't know, what we not picking up. Um, but yeah, so there were no roses given out. So then she moves on to the third hometown, which was for Xavier. They went to Ohio, and he took her to a knitting class. Xavier is a sweetheart, okay? He has knitted, I think, twice on the show, and then now he's taking her to a knitting class. He needs like his own series, Knitting with Joe, not Joe, with Xavier. And yeah, I thought that was like, I mean, that's not something I would enjoy, but because I'm not like a good with my hands type of person, but for him to try to share that with her, and that's something he's super passionate about. Good job for you, Xavier. She said that she saw a more wholesome side of him, which we all know she was kind of nervous about him reminding her of her ex. So it was good that he was able to show a more wholesome side to who he was. And then after the knitting class, he took her to meet his mom, his dad, and his sister. I didn't really get anything exciting from their family interaction. They all definitely seem like they love each other and support each other. So it was kind of like, okay, Charity's super nice, which Charity is easily a lovable person. So it makes sense for everyone to be welcoming, to welcome her. And he did say his sister liked her. Well, actually, the sister said she loves him, which he was like, whoa, like my sister don't never love anyone. So that was good, but Charity to me seems easy to love. So that was the date with Xavier's hometown. And last but definitely not least was the hometown in Fresno, California with Dotton and his family. He did say his parents normally go to Nigeria for 4 to 6 weeks every year so that they wouldn't be there. And I was like, oh, that sucks. But he said the sisters and brother, and I think he just said sisters and brothers, will be able to step in and kind of give her a good feel of how his family dynamic is. So that was nice. She walked in, met the sisters. I think it was like two sisters and a brother. Um, and then they went in the house. He's like, "Where's grandma?" Grandma was in the house cooking, and she was making some Nigerian food. And the grandma did say that she felt like they're bonded from heaven, which I'm like, girl, you better listen. But she didn't tell her that. She said it off the screen. So I'm like, Grandma, why you didn't say this at the table? And the sweetest thing, guys, Dotton's parents walked in while they were sitting at the table eating. And girl, I'm telling you, girl, like you my friend. Hey, friend. I wanted to cry because it was so cute and sweet. I was so happy to see that his parents were able to show up and cut. It seemed like maybe they cut their trip short, but that was super nice. Um, Everyone in his family basically had all positive things to say about him, how he's loyal when he's in a relationship and just shows up for people, which I feel like are things we all knew. Charity did say that after the thing with Joey, like after how his family responded, she was kind of like, well, hopefully I do know the real Dotton. And based on the question she asked his family, she was able to determine that she actually does know who he is. And I thought that was so sweet. Once they left, oh, the mom, before they left, the mom told Charity, like, if you choose my son, I'll whisk you away to Nigeria and have a big wedding. And she told her that she already adopted her as a daughter. And I was just like, see, this is the vibe that we need. Like, this is the excitement that I would want to feel. This is like everyone, all the families are welcoming, but this is just what I would want to feel like if I'm meeting my dude's family for the first time. Which a lot of people don't do that. This is totally not the normal circumstances, because even if I meet my son, when I meet my son's girlfriends, I'm gonna be like, oh, hey girl, like I'm gonna be nice, but I'm not gonna be like, you're my daughter already. Like, no, I need to know way more about you before I'm claiming you as my daughter. Okay. Afterwards, he had a Thunderbird, so nice, classic car out in the front, and he drove her to a drive-in movie theater. And she said, like, her parents used to go to a drive-in theater. I don't know, when they were younger, and he basically had a Charity and Dotton movie screening where it showed like pictures and videos from his childhood, pictures from her childhood, and then like more pictures from them during this Bachelorette journey. So I thought that was super thoughtful and super cute, like, and super personable instead of just going to a knitting class or playing tennis. Sorry, y'all, no shade, but I just thought that was so cute. And y'all know I'm rooting for Dotton. That's my number one. Okay, so she was crying. I wanted to cry. I just thought it was so sweet and cute because it's like proposed already, but I know we have a couple more weeks left. So we'll get there when we get there. But I'm going to be so disappointed if they don't end up getting engaged. Last but not least, she did a recap. Charity did a recap with Jessie, who y'all know is the host. And she basically mentioned she's falling in love with all four of the guys. I feel like that hasn't been the case in previous seasons. Maybe it has. But I feel like there's normally just two that you're falling in love with. Y'all, she says she's falling in love with all four. And I'm like, okay, pump the brakes, sis. Like, you don't got to be, maybe just loving them as people, but don't just say falling in love. Dotton, when it came to the rose ceremony, Dotton got the first rose, Xavier got the second one, and then Joey got the third one, which means Aaron went home. I don't know. I kind of feel like based on how the family hometown dates went, where Joey's family was questioning, like, do you think you really know him? Or asking him, are you even being yourself? Even though Joey's my number two, I kind of felt like Joey should have been the one to go home. But I guess based on all the other weeks, and you don't want to just take everything away just on based on one family interaction. So, and they could have just been skeptical, like kind of looking out for him just in case. Don't want his feelings to be hurt. You know, there could have been so many other things as to why they responded the way they did when it came to him being himself. But next week is overnights in Fiji. I want to go to Fiji. Let me just put this out in the universe for God to collect. Let me say that. I want to go to Fiji. Okay, I will go to Fiji. And someone shows up while they're in Fiji, and I just know it better not be Braden. If anyone, I'm hoping it's Aaron. I don't know why, because I feel like everyone that has gone home already, has been sent home already, deserve to be sent home. I feel like her strongest connections are still there. So I just hope it's not Braden. If it's Braden, y'all, they're just doing this for like of it all and like the TV of it all. And it just takes away from the realness of what it's supposed to be. So hopefully it's not Braden, y'all. Who you think will be showing up in Fiji next week for the overnight dates? Obviously that person's not going to get an overnight, but still, who do you think is going to show up? Let me know how you feel about Joey staying. Should he have been able to stay this week, or should what his family said been enough of a red flag for her to send him home? Thanks for watching my recap. We're almost at the finish line. I feel like it's probably only 2 or 3 more weeks left. So if there's any other shows you want me to recap, let me know, because my time gonna be a little bit free since charity season of The Bachelorette will be over soon. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Make sure you share this with a friend, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all next week.